Hey everyone! Welcome to another edition of the AI Lunch and Learn. My name is Danny Ross, and I'm going to be your host for the Tuesday edition. We do this twice a week, once on Tuesday for our regular Lunch and Learn session, and then we also have one on Thursday, which is the AI workstation, which is geared towards those white labeling the platform and building out an AI agency. And you can register for either one here, just clicking the register link and add it to your calendar so you don't forget. If you do miss it, here are some of the previous videos. Good news is my virtual assistant, my VA, has updated 90% of all the videos. We'll be getting those up there this week and getting caught up on all the dates. I'm looking forward to that. Matter of fact, I might show you how to do that for some of you who are white labeling and are interested in using this app, which is the live training app. I'll go ahead and show you how to update a lesson here. All right, for all of you who are, wow, let's try that again. For all of you who are new, please drop a 1 in the chat if this is your first session with us. That way we can include some special directions for you. Go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat if this is your first time here. Hey, welcome. I see A. Lewis joining from the ATL. First time here. Thank you for jumping on our session. I'll be sharing some other links with you. Let me grab a few quickly. Where did those magical links go? Sometimes you get these days where things are everywhere they're supposed to be, and then other days where they're simply not. Here we go. Let me share a few of these important links. All righty. Did I get them all? Yes and no. Let's try. Yeah, I think we got them all. Perfect. The first link takes you to BuildBiz itself. Let's see here. This is if you want to sign up for the platform, it's a free trial, 7-day free trial. You get a host of books as part of your trial. You can download those, no obligation. After that, you can cancel. You will not be billed until the 7th day. And so a lot of fun things, and we'll kind of walk through what the platform is. Another one is you want to schedule a call with me to talk about how AI can help your business. I'm here for that. My email address and also a link to our app builder platform are included in the chat. If this is your first time, you may want to come back in at our 7 p.m. session. That session is geared towards the beginner. And what we do on that call is we start with what is AI and then how to prompt with AI using the create method. It's 7 p.m. Eastern. I just dropped the link in the chat. If you've never done anything with AI and you really want to start at the beginning, that is the one for you. For the old timers on the call, if you have any questions, please go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'll try to keep an eye out for your inquiries. When you first land in the platform, click on the Start Here button. This has a welcome video. It has replays. It has the create method that I just mentioned, how to use it. And so you can access all of this on your free trial. There's videos on how to use different things in here. For other apps that are in the platform, just use the AI Lunch and Learn app, and that'll take you through all of these. Today I'm going to show you some things that are real world because I have some people asking me questions. I'll go ahead and go through it that way. I'll show you some of the apps and what AI can do. If you're new on the call and you want me to do some magic tricks with your URL or domain name, just drop your business domain name in the chat. I'm always happy to show you how the AI tools work with real examples. Please drop that in the chat, whatever your domain name or your URL for your website is, and we'll have some fun with that as we go along. From the app perspective, there's a ton of apps in here that do different things. I had a recent text message from one of my customers. She had seen an ad on a reel and she wanted to know, how did they make that? Let me show you an app in here that can help you do something similar. Went a little too fast. Let me show you some more things. First one is if you want to edit where things are, think of this like an iPhone. You can add, move, delete any of the app icons. You can drag them up to the top here for use as your favorites. You can also add apps that you've deleted and put those back in. But also, if you want an explanation of what the app does, just click on the app here and you can see understanding of what it does. If I was to go back in here and I wanted to use that add app, there's a couple of them, but the one we're looking for is the Motion Ad Maker. And so that's the one we're going to go into. What this app does, and it does an interesting job. I wouldn't say it's the perfect tool, but it's not bad. You can see some of the example ads, and they come in three different flavors: 16 by 9, square 1 by 1, and vertical 9 by 16. If you're going to drop it into a reel, you would probably want to use a 9 by 16 ad. When you hover over it, you can see what the ad template does. You can kind of get an idea before you use it what's the graphics look like and how it kind of flows. This is a 20-second ad and it's counting down to a kind of a timer to a certain date. Here's a Black Friday product ad. You can see what that looks like as it plays. And then down here you can see there is, for example, one of my favorites, and I've seen some really good results with this one. This one is a Instagram reel, and so you can kind of see what that looks like here. If we select that one, we want to use that one. Actually, I can hit the volume. It has some volume on the sound there, but let's go ahead and get into that one so we can play with it. What it allows you to do is add text about whatever it is you're going to market. Don't forget, if you want me to use your URL or your domain name, drop it in there and we'll use it. It walks through the video up here, and then you have your different blocks of text, which you can edit. And so then further down, you have the ability to add your own color scheme, apply the colors you want to use, things like that. If I go into text one, it gives you a block where you can add the text. Let's play the ad again so you can kind of see. There's text one. It has to be short, is basically the main thing I would suggest. And then you have the three different things. I have a customer that I have a ton of things going on this week, but we just did an event, a film festival, just this weekend, CBC weekend in Washington, D.C. And we have a ton of photos that I'm eventually going to drop into my social media. If I wanted to, I could pick out some imagery from that trip. These are some of the speakers that were on that panel here. Let's make this smaller so you can see a little better. These are some of the pictures that we took as we were there. We were on a panel showing off some videos. We had some fans and we're slowly but surely adding even more photos. This is us here on stage. These are different ones that we would drop in. These look good. I would effectively take any of these and drop them in. You can do an ad before, or you could do a reel of what happened afterwards. If we're doing a reel, we want to use photos that are vertical, so we could drop those in. You have to have photos in your text that you're going to use. In other words, I would use something like Prince George. This may be too long. I might have to shorten this. Let's see what it does. Panel. And by the way, you change the colors to match whatever you want it to be. Panel speakers. And then you can have tell a story. In other words, you want to have it be exciting. I think this text is too long, but let's play around with it. If we were doing horizontal, I wouldn't worry about it. Because it's vertical, some of these text messages are going to be too long. Sign up for free books, something like that. And you can, for each one, pick a different color. When you click on it, it gives you the color of what it's going to be. You can go with your different colors and change those. As you click on it, you see the colors here, and you can select the colors that match your theme or your particular branding. And then there's 5 images to go with it. We can just pick those images. You can drag and drop images. The first one was Prince George Film Festival. I'm looking through my little window of photos here, and so you can kind of pick out ones that work. Here's one that is vertical, so I'll grab that one for example. Let's see if I can just drag and drop it. Hey, love that. Love when technology works. All right, so we got one there. The second one was panel speakers. All right, so let's get one that's a little bit of a close-up of the panel speakers. I don't know if this will work because it's currently a vertical image. What's going to probably happen, it'll cut off the sides, but hey, we're experimenting. We're having some fun. The next one is behind the scenes. Let's grab a behind the scenes one. I have a video and I can take a still from it and use that, but I have one of us walking backstage to get to where we needed to be on the stage. This one is a video that just shows us walking, and it would be fine if we were doing a insert to a vertical, but this one wouldn't quite work. Hey, there's my logo right there. This one wouldn't quite work for some of this other stuff. But anyway, the idea is you could take B-roll like that and then put it into where you wanted it to go. Okay. The idea is it's a fun process. Let me realize I just closed that window. Let's try that again. All right. Let's get a few more photos. Let's wrap this up. I have other things I want to show you. So let me keep moving quickly here. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to pick some photos. This is just an experiment for you how to use this particular app. And let's get another two more images, which is meeting fans, and one more for this particular thing. We're going to want to throw myself in there. This was me and my partner. She is a film producer from Hollywood for Dash AI. We're putting together an academy for AI training for creatives in film industry. We're working on that together, and that one is going to be the last one for November 1st. All right, so next thing we want to do, we have the photos, we have the text, we can pick some music. If you don't like any of the other selections in the platform, there's another app called Music. Oops, if I could spell. AI Music Maker. Here, you can essentially create your own instrumentals. This is great for creating background music for videos and things like that. You can pick the length of it. For example, hip hop, I can say I want 20 minutes. And then you could also describe the type of music it is that you want. And so you could say dramatic, cinematic, drama for creatives. Something like that. Pick the style, hip hop. There's a whole bunch of different styles you can pick. And so you can pick whatever music style works for you. And then you tell it to generate. Or you can try an example to kind of hear what it'll sound like. And so I can tell it to generate. It tells you how many credits it's going to use. And so it's working on it. Like I said, it's 20 seconds, and we'll see what it comes back with. Now, the way that the credits work, by the way, is you have, oh, let's see what we got. I think it was trying to be dramatic on the intro there. Okay, that is not hip hop. It's something, but it's not hip hop. Let's see what this one is. That's much better. So it's like old school hip hop. I must have done this 5 months ago. This one is much better. Right? Sometimes AI is fun. I was going to show you the way the credit system works is you have $20 a month or $19.95 a month, and you can add credits for certain things that require more processing power, like videos and music creators and things like that. You can get 1,000 credits for $6.99. If you're working on a project, you can create your own instrumental music for a couple of credits. Not a bad way to go. This keeps it inexpensive for most people. All right, so I'll create my own music track if I want to. Let's go back and finish generating our video here. We've got our music track. I already forgot what this one sounded like. Let's see. All right, so we've chosen that track. Let's go on to the last part. Instagram Reel is the template. We have our photos, we have our selected images. I don't know how that one that's not vertical is going to work, but we can go ahead and click it in there. So we have a invalid file type. Which one is invalid? Now I got to figure out which one is not valid. They have to be JPEG, PNG, GIF, or BMP. I was not paying attention to the file types, so I do not know which one is the guilty party. I hate it when that happens. All right, so we have to go back to our template details section. I actually have never had this happen before, because usually when I put these videos in, they're all my photos and I never have to worry about it. These are shared photos from the group. Somebody's using a format that the AI does not like in this scenario. Let's go back here. Make sure all of my file types are correct. But what I will also do while I do that is I will show you an example of one that was created using this exact same process. So you can see what it looks like. Ramona, I'll find it. She did this one not too long ago. This one was a horizontal one. For your blessings, for your miracles, for your blessings. Get ready, get ready, get ready. No, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. No, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. She was using a horizontal one, a 16 by 9. Trying to remember. We did this not too long ago. Was it this one? It might have. It's one of the ones that, yeah, I think it was this one here, Cinematic Smoke. You can make it look completely different based on the images and the text that you input. I gave you an idea of how to create one. I'll pause here and see if you had any questions. Go ahead and drop your questions in the chat if you have a question. I see there's some new people that joined after my welcome. This is the AI Lunch and Learn. We do this every Tuesday at 12 noon. Let me share some of the important links for those of you who jumped on later. BuildBiz is the platform we're taking a look at today. My calendar link is there, email link is there. We have the App Server product. App Server is this platform here. You can access it directly from BuildBiz as well. There's an icon for it in here. There's an icon in it for here. If you are just joining and wondering how do I get to these different places, App Server, you just type in App Server and it takes you right there from the platform. App Server is where you can build all kinds of fun custom apps. I can show you a few that I'm working on right now. This is actually a customer logged in page. This walks you through what it is. It is essentially a vibe coder where you can build all kinds of fun things. There is one platform, three worlds. You can build web apps, mobile apps, crypto projects, all from one place. We do this tonight session for the people that just joined. Here is a link to my training for this evening, 7 p.m. Eastern. I will be starting from the very scratch, from the beginning. What is AI? And then going all the way through until we get to where we build an app for you. Let's do this. Let me get this link here. There we are. That is the link to the training and sign up on this one, 7 p.m. We'll be going from the very beginning how to walk through it. And we'll build an AI app as well. It's a great place because you learn how to beginning know how to use AI to the even more advanced in an hour. As I was saying, the app server.ai kind of walks you through. It's built for business. We're using the tool called appserver.ai. You can create an app just from a sentence. For example, you could build a LinkedIn profile optimizer for entrepreneurs. You create a chat bot. You can create a time tracker. Any of these you can create with a sentence. It's very easy to do. I'm working on a project for Michelle. If I show you her old landing page, I am Michelle, the accountant. This is her page, and she's doing a project where she is building this $49 training for anyone. And by the way, if you're looking for an accountant and you wanted to get some training on how to do bookkeeping, if you're a small business owner, so on and so forth, this is her solution. It's a pretty okay sales funnel, but she wanted to jazz it up. She's doing new things this year. We started building out her app. You can see how I built it using this tool. If I go into the view here, you can see the new page as it's coming along. If I click here and give you this link, this is the finished product. I'll drop it in the chat for anybody looking for accounting training or bookkeeping training. It's similar to what she has, her branding, her colors, but I built it out to be a little clearer, easier to understand, looks good on mobile. It is more responsive. It's just a cleaner look and feel. I built this in this tool, literally. If you go back here, you can see all of the elements of appserver.ai, and you can build with a prompt on the left here. I started with this prompt, which is I told it the colors and themes I wanted. And we train on how to do this, by the way, in case you're saying, oh, this is scary and I don't know how to do it. But you're doing this in English, and you're actually going to use another AI tool to help you create the prompt. From one couple of sentences, you ask one AI tool, it can be any AI tool, whichever one you like to use, whether it's ChatGPT, Claude. You can even use, there's an AI coach in the platform. This is my favorite one. It's called AI Sales Coach. I trained it. It is GPT, just like ChatGPT. You can tell it what you need. Once you know how to prompt, and that's what I teach, create method, you can have it do almost anything. I wanted it to give me a script for a video. I could take this script and drop it into anything. I could drop this into another tool on here. Nobody volunteered their URL or would make one for you from this tool. This one's called AI Videos. You can drop the text right in here. I'm bouncing around a little bit, so hopefully you don't get confused, but I'm trying to show you around the platform. At the same time, I'm also trying to educate. So you can see here, oh, no, now you drop it in, Stacy. All right, Stacy, we'll use yours. All right, let's copy that. We'll do two of them. The idea, actually, I want to scrap that one. We don't need this one because this is not a real one. I want to do a real website. All right, let's do a real one example. By the way, this is not the absolute best way to build one of these. I wouldn't necessarily go from just the URL, but I do want to show you that it is possible to go from just the URL. As long as you have a decent amount of text on the page that explains what it is you do. So you can grab the text from any of the pages. It will only really scan one page at a time. If I go back here and I drop this into the chat, I can decide what kind of a video it is. I can decide on the voice, the language. I can upload a logo if I want. I can pick a voice.
Welcome to our AI-powered platform.
I would pick a voice that you like. You can go through them one at a time. For the music, you can upload your own music or pick one, and then you can pick colors. The transcript colors, oh, let's not forget, let me go down a little bit. The transcript colors should match your branding. You have the blues and yellows. So you have a variety of colors on your page. You can pick whichever one you like. If you have the hex code, you can actually drop the hex code in. If you say you have a logo or something that you're doing, you could make it in there. Let's see. Oh, it's a lot darker. Sorry. Sometimes I get detail orientated. It does not have to be super accurate because this is just the transcript that's running. You can pick how many slides or scenes. 30 seconds is six approximately. You can pick landscape or vertical. That's it. And that gives it everything you need. You don't have to know how to create a video, and then you click the button. And it uses 50 credits. Just remember, we talked about credits and how that works. While it is doing that, I'll go back here. I wanted to show you that I created this one prompt and it started building this. Once it builds that first look, you can go in and actually change the colors. You can change the text. You can click into it to edit. You literally are changing the words and everything. You can build complete apps. In this one, I don't have much functionality because it's just a landing page where people click on and move to a whole nother thing. But I can also take suggestions from it. It'll give you suggestions on next steps, like it'll say, do you want to add any kind of a payment gateway? Even though it looks like a landing page, it is a landing page. You can also build in app functionality. I could build in almost anything that I wanted it to do. I could add a payment gateway, I could add courses. So I can say, you can tell it whatever it is you wanted to add. I'll give you an example. So my VA is still working on this section here. She's going to build in some new graphics for that. I can change any of the content on the page. I don't really want to create too much on there because this is a live site. Let's actually bounce out of here. Give me 1 second. Let me go to one that is not active. That is one thing. If you're building something for someone else, you do want to be careful and not interrupt somebody else's build because I have my VA actually building at this moment. All right, so I'll show you a totally different one. This one here. This one would be good. This one is another one. Get this thing to settle in. All righty, cool. This is one I'm building for. Remember, I mentioned I went to that. Let's make this a little larger. Come on, screen, work with me here. Oh, I see what it is. This is bigger here. There we go. I think we've got it now. Clear out these errors. And so I'm building out this page for my film. I'm creating an academy, I mentioned. And so you can see the whole course here is going to be about creating your own AI assistant and how we train you how to do this. Who's it for? It builds out a pretty decent landing page. And so you can see the milestones that I've been working as I build out each section. So this is really pretty decent stuff. But now I can say I want to add a section for a particular topic. I can say something like build a testimonial section with 3 columns. Right? You should only use real testimonials when you build something. But I just wanted to do this quickly as an example. The AI will add in fake testimonials for you if you ask it to, because it's creating a placeholder so then I can go back and edit it. I should have also told it where I wanted the testimonial section to be, because otherwise it could place it anywhere on the page. I want to be more precise in my prompting. People may be asking what's Bulldozer and what's Genius. These are two section functionalities when you're building prompt and you want to have kind of a Q&A back and forth and multi-step and things like that. You can click on Bulldozer. It does cost more because it's using more processing power per prompt. Or you could use Genius mode, which is my favorite for my first prompt. Genius mode is kind of like deep research or deep thinking in some of the other AI models, where it takes its time, thinks about what you want, does a really good job of laying things out, so the end result is better. It's not as fast, and it does cost a little more, but what it's doing is powerful. You can get a really, really good result with one prompt. So that's what those two modes are for. When you start a new project, I recommend it. Once you click on it, once it does its job, you can turn it back off. The charges work on this app builder. You have a monthly. First of all, you can try it for free if you want to just play with it. No charge to sign up. And then you'll get a couple of prompts and you'll immediately say, hey, you're out of prompts. And then it's $47 a month is the lowest platform. But when you see what you get from it, yeah, it really is amazing. Here's the testimonial section that it just built. Number one, tell it where I want it to be. Number two, I should have told it what color and how I wanted it to look. I could say, match the branding that I've already gotten, and so on and so forth. It made a white section. I like in this build, instead of a light theme, I'm doing a dark build. I don't want it to have that pop of white. I don't mind white as a color on text, but I don't want it as a background. You have to be precise when you prompt, and I teach that in the create method. The other thing you can do is it gives you suggestions for prompting here, where you can actually see where it'll think about what you've built so far and say, you might need this or you might need that. For example, here it's saying you might need a student dashboard where you're keeping track of all of the students. The way to think of this platform is it's an agentic platform. And what that means is it is here to help you. It's like hiring a CTO, Chief Technology Officer, and a whole dev team. They're looking at your building going, you need this or you need that. This one is a prompt suggesting we can create an admin panel for instructors and administrators to manage cohorts, view all enrollments, process refunds, and send. So it's an admin panel. If I click this, it'll start building out this admin panel. You don't have to know anything about SQL databases or building with a particular language, none of that. You're saying, I want this functionality added to my app. Please go make that happen. And the AI will go off and start building for you. I'm adding an administrative panel for instructors to manage cohorts and so on. What's interesting is this is not the precise way that I usually recommend that people build an admin panel. The way that I normally do it is I'll build it on a separate URL, like a slash admin or something like that, so that only people who know that URL can get there. And then number two, you have it encrypted and secure so that only the person invited to be an admin can see it. This is where it's asking you for a secret key for the database. To add this functionality, you need to add some secrets required, and it's telling you that you need a Stripe payment key that we can get this log added to it. A secret key is, or API key is it's basically saying this app, which in this case, the film app, film training app, and Stripe, the payment gateway, to talk to each other. The only way you want them to do that is securely behind a secret key between the two of them that only they know. And that's what it's asking me to do right now. What I would do is I would go to Stripe and I would get that key that I need, and then I would paste it in here so that it can essentially do that for me. That's what it's asking me to do. I would go out to Stripe. I don't think I have it open here. Not that I don't trust you guys, but yeah, let's just say I don't trust you guys. Let me go grab this super secret key. In Stripe, you go under developers, and then it pops up a API keys section, literally called API keys. And then from there, you can create a new secret key. And this one, I'm going to, yep, integrate Stripe. And continue with restricted key. And then it's going to ask you the name of the key. I can show you this part. You have the name of the key. In this case, I'd call it like film training. You can call it anything you want, doesn't really matter. Then you'll give it the URL of where it's going to be going. In this case, I don't really know, so I'm just going to use what I think it will be. I haven't built it out enough to know exactly where we're going, but I will use this one for now and drop it in there. We'll put it to the domain. Normally I would put it out to /admin or something like that, because we do want it to be available specifically for that. But I'm going to leave it where it is just for demo purposes. You're going to need to verify it's you. It's going to send me a verification link to one of my email addresses. This is a little tedious, a little bit more detailed than I really need to show you on this Tuesday class. This is more advanced stuff. So if you don't know what I'm doing, don't worry about it. It's not critical for today's training. While I do that, let's take a look at the video we just created. Where is the video? I think I left it behind. I have too many windows open. There we go. We're back. Let's go to our AI video creator and play the one we just created.
Keep your team safe with Transit CPR, mobile life-saving CPR and first aid training brought directly to you. We deliver on-site American Heart Association certified courses that keep your people certified, compliant, and prepared. Choose HeartSaver or BLS for 2-year certification at just $89, or Family and Friends for community learning, plus blended e-learning with hands-on skills. Learn from Stacey Robinson Jones, a 33-year registered nurse, CPR instructor, and proven leader who turns confidence into action. Equip your workplace with office-ready AEDs and enjoy cost-saving group sessions, CPR parties, babysitter, summer camp training, and more. Protect your people now. Contact Transit CPR to schedule your on-site training or AED consultation today.
What do you guys think of that one? What would you change in there?
Keep your team safe with Transit CPR, mobile life-saving CPR and first aid training brought directly to you. We deliver on-site American Heart Association certified courses that keep your people certified, compliant, and prepared. Choose HeartSaver or BLS for 2-year certification at just $89, or Family and Friends for community learning, plus blended e-learning with hands-on skills. Learn from Stacey Robinson Jones, a 33-year registered nurse, CPR instructor, and proven leader who turns confidence into action.
What I would change immediately, just click edit to go in here and change. I would immediately change the one where it's speaking about Stacey but not showing Stacey. That would make more sense to me. If I were you, I would go back here to Stacey's URL. Let me grab the link again. Copy. There we go. That would be the first thing I would change. We would want to be actually using Stacey. There's Stacey. I like that photo. We can grab a quick screenshot. So there's lots of different ways you can do this. If you wanted to focus on Stacey, you can grab that. You could grab this whole section if you want it to be show a little bit of information about her. In this scenario, I'm just going to grab the photo, but because it's vertical, it won't quite fill out the whole screen. I would recommend getting something a little more vertical. Let's see what happens if I do this. Yeah, something like that. That's at least a little closer to vertical, and we'd drop either one of those in there. Now we would go back to what we were building a minute ago, and we would replace the image of Stacey. Let's upload new one. Let's see. Let's try this one first. Looking good. And then equip your workplace with a. I would essentially take some of these, protect your people now, contact transit. I would essentially take some of these and replace the default images with ones that actually make more sense. Like this one here, I would grab something like this one, or I would grab one with the logo, right? So that it makes more sense. You're looking at the logo and talking about the organization. That's always good. And then the whole idea of the click here is good. Let's try this one. All right, we'll try something like that maybe. Add more people of color. I joke about this in all my classes. If you ask an agent to create an image of one, its default is usually a white guy with a beard. And then if it's not that, it will add a somewhat less than diverse group of people. What you want to do is take an image like this, right? Take it back to the tools. We have a lot of tools in the platform. Let me add another one. I'm going to just Add another one. That's one of the great things about these apps. You can duplicate a tab or have multiple tabs open. Somehow I closed down some of the ones I was working in. So we'll just reopen them. All right, so you have these two tabs. One has got the video we're building, and then the other one, we're just going to use one of my favorite tools, which is the hyperrealistic AI. Let's grab some images. You can create a lot of fun things. I was working on a couple of ads for a cleaning company. You can see those people in there. We could probably use that one for one of the images. You might recognize this image right from the website, created that in here. I use my own tools for obvious reasons. They're actually very good at creating certain things. This little girl, I'll show you, I used her in a little joke, funny ad for a real estate company, or excuse me, real estate board. I could drop in this prompt, keep your team safe with transfer, but it makes no sense. And then I could say something like, show team, I should say diverse team of lifesavers. That is not a good prompt at all, but let's see. Whoops, did 9 by 16. Should have done 16 by 9. Let's see what it comes up with. If I get candy, lifesavers, humor. All right, that is pretty good team. What it's missing though is you have to be more, I could say melanated. I could say something like black, Latina, Latinx, Latino. Ah, let's see what it does. And let's go to 16 by 9 this time because we don't want it to be 9 by 16 or portrait. It fits better if it's the same dimensions that we're building. The bottom line is you can log in and play with that. This is perfect except for the spelling. AI sometimes just doesn't get that, but I love the team. The team is really good. You could take this, drop it into the editor in here called Conversational AI Image Creator. It can change things like the text and so on. You could also drop it into Canva, right? Canva is a good solution for that. This one will work perfectly fine. Let's download this one. You can pick the format for the picture that you want to download. So it's downloading, and we'll do one more action. As I said, one of the things I like about this tool is that it is really good at creating images. We can say upload this one here. I like it. So we have that guy there. Is there a demo of each app so you can better select which app you want? Oh, yeah, sure. I think I mentioned it, but perhaps you were not on at that time. When you go here, you can edit, move things around, and get things where you want them to be organized. You can create folders, you can add things. And when you go into add things, that's where you can see the description of each app. Hyperrealistic is designed to generate photography quality. That's the plus sign, and you'll see descriptions of each one. Okay. And in some of them, there is videos. And if you don't see the videos there, almost all of the apps are either in the Start Here button one. Here's a video on how to use the hyperrealistic.
Hi everyone, today I'm going to give you a demonstration of our new
hyperrealistic one. In the AI Lunch and Learn, we do exactly what I'm doing now. And as part of the description of the video, when I upload it, I try to tell you which apps am I using in each one of the demos. This is where the descriptions come in. And you can usually find what you're looking for that way as well. Those are two ways you can see what the app is about and what they're for. Hopefully that answered your question, Paris. We were building. We have some more melanated content. And then for each one of these, we deliver on site, American House courses and prepared. I would pick a better photo for that as well. We need a classroom photo for that one. I know I've done, these are all videos. Visionary. Actually, we'll do it this way. We'll do it the same way we did with that one. We can grab this one, drop it in here quickly into hyperrealistic. And give me diverse Classroom. I should have put diverse CPR classroom. There we are. See what we get. But I like this picture. This is a good picture right here with the little thing. This is all right. This is not bad. I like it. American Heart Association training. It's very good, except CPR class. Oh, let's see what we get. Did I spell it wrong? Yes, I did. It wasn't pluralized. Lee is an AI tool. I use all kinds of AI tools in my day, right? Grammarly helps me with my classroom here. I'll download this one and upload it into the video. And so we'll drop it in here. And by the way, I'm doing this based on Stacy's suggestions. Your target audience, so you want to make sure your video reflects your suggested customer base. I'm going to regenerate this now, and we'll drop that into the chat for Stacy to take home as a free gift. All right, we'll pause here, see if there's any questions. Anybody have any questions? We're about 2 minutes over, but I don't mind. Hopefully you don't mind either. Any questions I can answer for you? Oh man, it copied the wrong thing. Oh yeah, that's correct. Here's the links one last time. While this is finishing up the demo there, I think we were also building something here. Oh, this whole stripe key thing. Actually, I'm going to skip it for now. I'll come back and fix it. By the way, if you skip it, you have to remember to come back and finish. You have to put that key in somewhere later. It goes right into the database where it's stored securely. And so it can build a functionality without the actual stripe key. It's best to put it in while you're thinking about it so you don't forget. The function won't work. In other words, it wouldn't be able to process a real payment, but at least for just getting it built out, it's fine. All right, so now it's running, so it's building out some tables, course materials, student progress with RLS. RLS is real data instead of mock data. When you first build these coded pages, it'll create what we call mock data just to have some things in there. It's like that testimonial that I have to remember to go delete. You don't want fake information on your website. The real data is real important. There's a good Grammarly sentence. All right, let's take a look here. We should be about done. Yes, we are. Let's see, version 2.
Keep your team safe with Transit CPR, mobile life-saving CPR and first aid training brought directly to you. We deliver on-site American Heart Association certified courses that keep your people certified, compliant, and prepared. Choose HeartSaver or BLS for 2-year certification at just $89, or Family and Friends for community learning, plus blended e-learning with hands-on skills. Learn from Stacy Robinson Jones, a 33-year registered nurse CPR instructor and proven leader who turns confidence into action. Equip your workplace with office-ready AEDs and enjoy cost-saving group sessions, CPR parties, babysitter, and summer camp training. Protect your people. Contact Transit CPR to schedule your on-site training or AED consultation today.
It's not bad. I would definitely, some definite editing that I would do. And when you're done with your video, it goes into your file storage in Vault. With every 20 bucks a month, you get 5 terabytes of storage. I will download this, open the folder, and drop the video into the chat for Stacy. Super simple, easy to do. Create a video. And by the way, we didn't even edit any of the text. Some of the text was a little dry. First of all, I would ask the AI sales coach to create a 90-second ad for you first. And the way that you do that properly, step by step, and I teach this in class, is that you would start with your Big Dream Generator. Big Dream Generator creates what we call a business brief. It's basically a description from a marketing point of view and a product point of view of your business. The 3 things you solve, three outcomes for the user, all this information. Take this document that it creates for you by you answering these simple questions right here on the left. And when you're done, you take that document and drop it into the AI sales coach and say, here's my business. Boom, just like ChatGPT. Then you say, now give me a 90-second VSL. And that's what you put into the AI creator, and that creates a really fantastic, more meaningful sales ready video. That's the process I would do. Any last minute questions? I think we covered everything. Let's see, this is still building. Hey, it's done. We won't be able to go in and really play with it because there is a bug in the sign in process right now. Let me try. I think this might be the only user that's in there. Let's see if it works. Yeah, login failed. I gotta get the API key straightened. I thought as much, but I thought I would give it a try. So you can't really see it. Sorry. But that's how you build. And I was already working on that API key issue. Why? I'll finish building that out. And then, like I said, you could build and build and build and create a really cool website page. And this page is viewable on both mobile, and you don't have to build a mobile app to have it run on a phone, as long as it's responsive and fits. Which reminds me, please delete the testimonial section. This is me going back to my, and by the way, you could do it this way. Please delete the testimonial section, or you could go right back up here to where I said build a testimonial section with 3 columns. I could just click on the rollback button. By the way, that'll take out the other thing I did too. But I could hit the rollback button and it'll literally go back in time. And so now you can see I do not have testimonial section. Isn't that cool? All right. So I'm going to publish this, which is basically like saving it, but it's a little more specific, meaning both these URLs will get updated at the same time. All right, everyone, if you can join me tonight, 7 p.m., we'll continue this process. I'll start at the very beginning and then go all the way through on how to build an app and what is AI, and just basically making sure you are understanding what you're doing when it comes to working with AI. That's a fun class. I'll drop the link in here again for everybody. There we go. That's the one for tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. See you then. Other than that, I hope you had a fun little hour here. I'll let you get back to your day. Bye-bye, everyone.